Hey everyone, this is your girl SolieSims and welcome back to my channel. We are doing a brand new mini series this time around, and we're starting in Courtyard Lane in Willow Creek, and we're doing a bloom into spring neighborhood, or like just district, whatever you want to call it. So the 5 lots in Courtyard Lane, I'm actually going to be making it into houses for Sims. I've created the Sims as well as the houses, and I just wanted it to be in like soft pastel colors and just something to help welcome spring, right? So we're starting off with our first person, who, well, rather our first Sim, not really a person now, is it? So we're starting with Imira Bloom, who is the owner of the Peach Petal lot, which is this one. Originally I wanted it to be like a coral and peach type color, but we don't really have those distinct colors in game, so I settled on a pinkish color with the occasional coral coming through, and inside I decided to go with light wood tones, and it's bright and cheerful and colorful as it should be. So this is a 1-bedroom 1-bathroom house, and it also has a small backyard and just one pet, a cat. So let me tell you more about the Sim who lives here and how I went about doing the decorations for her. So Imira Bloom is a creative cat lover and a very cheerful person as well. She is a freelance illustrator, or if you like, you can make her self-employed artist, and she has a ginger tabby cat named Clementine, whom she absolutely dotes on. She absolutely loves Clementine. So her bio is that Imira left the hustle of San Myshuno behind to chase peace in a small community. She makes cozy art prints and dabbles in botanical sketches. She makes handmade cards and paints cheerful florals and hosts sip and sketch Sundays in her backyard. The backyard is tiny, guys, so I imagine that she probably has like 2 or 3 persons at a time, like some of her friends in the community or people that she meet and happens to invite who come over at any one point in time. So that's the type of vibe that I get from, from that space. Anyway, she runs a tiny Etsy style shop called Ginger Clementine. She's just a bubbly person, always barefoot, and known for gifting hand drawn cards to her neighbor. So what I did for her was almost every outfit that I made for her, I made the exact same copy but without shoes. So it's pretty random when I was playing and play testing what she would what option she would have on at any given time, but she tends to do like being barefoot a lot more, and that works completely fine with me as well. I wanted to keep the look of the house and just the neighborhood on the whole pretty much what it looked like before. So we have a lot of wood paneling used. I want to try and tie in the spring notes in, and of course you guys will see that. I wasn't sure to on how I was going to do the landscape, so the landscape was the last thing I did. Like detailed landscape was the absolute last thing I did because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. So I just placed a few little things, like just that one tree, outside, and then I jumped into the indoors to get that done. The house on the exterior doesn't look that much. It's not anything spectacular or how I would ideally like it to be, but it works. It does work. The only room that I don't finish on camera is, as per usual, the bathroom, but it's really very plain bathroom. It's not anything exciting or outstanding. It's just a regular bathroom. So I wasn't completely sure how I wanted to do the interior layout, so I did a bit of a time jump here where I had already put up the wallpapers and curtains and stuff, and then I just brought in stuff that I wanted to do. As per usual, I've just pulled everything out so I could just place them where I want them. That process of hunting through things, guys, I yeah, just bear with me for it, because this is the best way I know to do it right now. Because imagine, I have not even sped this up too much and it's already 23 minutes long. So can you imagine just going through that whole catalog of stuff? I just have too many CC, and I need to do something about it. Anyway, so I wanted to have the living room a bit of a colorful space, a cheerful space, but also bring in the clutter, and to show emphasis on how much she really loves her cat Clementine, and how, you know, Clementine plays a key part in just her living space overall. So I do clutter up the table here in a bit, and I worked my way around items that I wanted to add on the side table, etc. So what I did was just placed down some of the bare bones, which would be the sofa, the side table, etc. And then I went looking through the clutter items to see what it is exactly that I wanted to add to make this space seem more like the kind of free spirit that Imira is. So I believe that she's so in tune with nature, so in tune, and she's just a loving, carefree type of person. And I can totally see her going out exploring, hiking, etc. Like I said, she does like to do sketches of plants, etc. So I imagine that she's always out in nature, and just wanting to be grounded. So typically she's out there without any shoes on, just digging her feet in the sand where necessary, or the dirt, and just enjoying life on the whole. I imagine too that Clementine goes everywhere with her. Initially I had put in a bicycle with a basket in the front, but for some reason I just didn't like how there was a little outline that I didn't particularly like that was shining through, so I had to get that sorted out. So I just took it out, and I do have a few pieces of broken CC that I need to get sorted out as well, because some of these things were messing with my game, understandably so. And yeah, I just needed to sort that out. So I imagine too, apart from just her digital sketches, and she does use an art easel as well, she is starting to get into knitting as well, and that I believe is a heavy emphasis on her good friend and neighbor Ellie Sunshine, whose house I will be creating next, and who lives directly across the road from her. And I quite imagine that everybody in the neighborhood just have a really good relationship somewhat. But like I said, we will see how the story develops, because this is my very first character. I know I want her to be very close friends with Ellie, who I have already created and have a feel for, and I felt like their vibes kind of matched quite a bit, so I figured that they would make good friends. I have not yet decided who the other members of the community is going to be, but I do want at least one community lot in this neighborhood. Of course, all of these houses have CC. I cannot specifically name all the CC creators that I put into this, but I used a lot of stuff from Aria, from Cibulet, from oh gosh, I don't even know who else. I did use something from Dahlia as well, and Cowbill. I did use some of their items. Yes, and I there's just so much CC that I have. I couldn't take an accounting for all of them, but for the most part, I used a lot of content from those creators. I will be putting this up on my Ko-fi page. As always, it's a free download. You can grab it if you want, and quite possibly I will be putting up Imira as well, who does have CC herself. And yeah, we'll take it from there and see how it goes. So Eventually, the next room, I wanted to move into the kitchen next. And again, I'm still looking at clutter items, and I'm still trying to figure out which room I'm doing next or what I'm doing next, etc. But I ended up doing the bedroom, and then I did the bathroom, then I did the kitchen, and I don't know, it was just like a mismatch of type of thing. Initially, I wanted to have the work area in the living room, but the living room was a bit cramped because I mean it's not a very big space, and I used a lot of space because I wanted to have a proper living room. So I used a lot of space to have a proper layout for her, and to also have space where Clementine can just be free and be a cat, run around and everything as well. And so I decided to put her workspace in her bedroom, but close to a window where she can look out and just I don't know, if you can just look out and grab inspiration from the canal that's literally just behind her property. And so we do have more art canvas stuck onto the side of the wall. We also have like just this little organized space, but she does have a pegboard where she has work ideas and contracts and whatever it is that she's currently working on. She can update that, etc. I believe that apart from just doing her own little illustrations to sell, she's probably very much also working on like maybe like children's books, so she does illustrations for that as well, I believe. That's what I want to see. Now this house is already like 48,000 simoleons, and as much as she bought this space for her to get into, you know, having her own space and moving away, it did suck a lot of her savings up. So she ended up having to thrift a few items, which you will see not necessarily in throughout the whole build. There are some things that she did splurge on, particularly her art supplies, etc. But like that wardrobe there, which I absolutely love, I think that one is an in-game one, I believe. I'm not sure. And so my thoughts was that she got this wardrobe, and she just hand painted the little illustrations on it and stuff like that, because she really wanted to that's just what she does. She sees things, she sees potential in stuff people throw away, etc., and she sees how she can upcycle it to make it work for her. In the kitchen, you will see that she does have some mismatched chairs at her table, because again, she was literally out of money. She was living in a smaller apartment, she was trying to save up her money, etc. She is currently in between relationships, but she saved up her money for her to move out and just be happier where she is. She was glad that she was able to land this particular job, which is a steady source of income for her right now anyway, where she's doing this storybook that I told you guys about earlier. And so the money is just what it is. She doesn't have like this big ball of income coming in, so she's doing the best that she can with the stuff that she can. Even the sofas, I think I bought the sofas like 1 simoleon, so even those were things that were thrifted, that she was able to get very luckily. I felt like, I imagine because she doesn't have a thermometer, the space is very hot during the summer months, so she does have 2 fans, one in the bedroom which oscillates between her bed and I guess that towards the end of the bed, and when she's working at her desk she can just flip it around so it's turned to face her. These are actual functional ones. I can't remember from who I got them from. I can't, but they function in that they actually spin. Now in the kitchen, again, I did up all the wallpaper, etc. I wanted to do one plain wall, which I did in blue, simply because I just wanted to give a break from the primary colors that I was planning on using, but I did use quite a few of them in the accent pieces, like cutlery and tins and books, etc. Like you can see here, I pulled out everything that I wanted once again, and then slowly added the clutter items that I wanted to try to bring everything in together. So she has her typical microwave, cookbooks. These are supposed to be cookbooks. So she has a cookbook, she has a little cat planter as well, and a little toaster oven and a kettle. I imagine she's a very big tea drinker, which is why she has her mugs right there next to the tea, and she has like her tea tins, and just lots of pictures and stuff that she uses to make iced tea. I imagine she does a lot of like iced tea and stuff, and she uses like the flavored iced tea. It's not just plain iced tea, so she just uses the flavored ones. Anyway, again, I'm putting in, I imagine that she cooks a lot. She loves cooking. She is a big fan of eating as well. I mean, who doesn't like to have like really good yummy food? So I think she cooks fairly well. She probably is not a very great baker, but I mean, she can do a batch of cookies. It may not always rise, or it may be not as good, like maybe crumbly a little bit. I feel like she either over needs, or she just, I don't know, she just tries to make her own spin on it, and it never works for baking, etc. So yeah, so that's that. And she does have like her herb station, as you can see in the kitchen as well, where she has several different types of herbs that she probably grows outdoors, because I do put in planters for her as well. And here I put in a little bit of I'm all over the place, aren't I? Trying to grab stuff that I've already done. I do put in like some plantings, gardening stuff, so like it's on the way out to the side door, so that looks like she's like she can just easily grab it. I did put that illustrated painting up. It's another CC piece again, and let's just put on the let's just imagine that it's something that she actually sketched herself and colored it with crayons, pencil crayons, and she quite liked that. And just to keep a little bit of the quirkiness in, I added above the table some hanging plants as well. So there's that. I did get some CC cereal boxes, because I don't know why they never thought to put like slots on top of the fridge, because I do, and even on top of the microwave as well, because I do think that people tend to do stuff like I typically put like a towel on top of my microwave, not necessarily for me to store stuff, but I don't know, I don't know, and maybe I'm just weird in that regard. But I do know people store stuff on top of the fridge as well, so I don't know why they didn't put it in there. Above the stove is not anything too much. It's just more spices and honey. I believe that she uses honey as opposed to sugar in her teas in particular. So she does have like two types of honey. She has like a processed honey in a jar she buys from the store, and recently her neighbor, I don't know whichever one, decided that they're gonna try their hand at making honey, and they did give her their first batch for testing, knowing that she really loves honey. So that was something that they did, so she has that as well, and she keeps it above the stove because I imagine that the heat from whenever she does cook kind of keeps it soft enough to use. I don't know, I'm just talking, just for talking sake, guys. Yeah, you know how long it's been since I've actually talked through a whole video that is 23 minutes long. Lately I've been cutting it back just because I wanted to cut back on the talking. So we're moving to the front yard. I didn't do anything too much in the balcony. I simply just did a simple bench, a side table, and I think I put a plant on there. I could be wrong. Yeah, there we go. I put a plant on there and a light in the balcony, and that was it. Perhaps she comes out here in the mornings or even in the evenings to have her cup of tea. Like I said, this girl is a big tea drinker, so she drinks like all kinds of teas. And again, I think like she'll probably grow stuff like lemongrass and basil and all the good stuff that she can make teas with in her backyard as well, to make it just easier for her. In the back I put in two bins. One is a recycling bin and the other one is for, I guess, just regular disposable garbage. I wanted to keep the white picket fence look in the front. So I did that, and I was still not sure exactly what I wanted to do in the front. I just knew that I wanted to have the white picket fences. It is a bit tall, but I think that works out well as well. And I was still trying to struggling, trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to put here. In the end, I decided that what I want, one thing at least that all my houses have in common, is this little toadstool gnome carrying a flower, and it comes in different colors. I don't know particularly which CC creator I got it from, but they made this really pretty gnome, and I felt like I wanted it to tie in throughout the whole neighborhood. So the 4 houses on this lot, they're definitely going to have the gnomes in different colors, I guess, matching the types of houses. I'm sorry, it's moving all over the place, guys. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here, and I am still so confused, and I'm looking at stuff and wondering what it is that I want to do with it, and just trying to see what looks best here. In the end, I decided to settle on plants that were already outside. So like, there's just on the walkway here, there is this blue shrub, and then there's this pink and blue shrub again. You know, so I decided to put these all around, and apparently when I thought I was recording, I didn't, so you don't get to see how I went about doing the front, but you do see how I do a bit of the back. And I just decided to do terrain painting for all the pathways leading in, and we've gotten to the end of it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.